Shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakakwadash, and double honor to our apostles. A great millstone for teaching this truth is going all around the earth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Atazawan from the great millstone in St. Louis. And back at it again with another quick lesson. All right. And this lesson is really going to be based on the fact that Jake is so rebellious, all right, rebellious in nature, okay. Our people refuse to listen to the men of the Lord, all right, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is set up to teach you the truth, right? And when you come into this truth, man, you gotta have the temperament to understand that you can't be carnal-minded, all right? You can't be somebody that just flies off the handle, all right? This is a way to identify those who are meant to be teaching and those who teach as a novice, all right? So I'm not going to make this lesson about them, but these young upstarts, if you will, BOW, all right, Believers of the Way, I believe is the acronym, all right, BOW, or whatever it is, right? And you can tell that they're not men rooted in the truth, and that they don't have any leadership at all, okay, within their organization, that they're a bunch of loose cannons, and they think that they can do whatever it is that comes to mind, right, that's carnal-minded, and refusing to really keep it spiritual. So this whole flag burning thing is a attempt, Salakia, is an attempt really to make the truth look bad, okay? So is it set up? Are they agents? Who knows? And at this point, it doesn't even really matter, okay? Because those of us that are dealing with the truth, or the Spirit is on us to preach and teach the truth, okay, Yahweh Shem Yahushai has got everything already mapped out. So their idea of trying to stain the gospel the 100% gospel, the way it's being taught, is futile, right? Because those that may follow and listen to them, really, you stay over there, okay? If those are the people you want to learn from, you go with, especially with them displaying the actions that they have as of late, right? Over the last 6-7 months, year, whatever it's been, and their temperament, well, if that's what you like, just stay over there. Don't come to us and ask us for any answers. Just stay with the people that you learning from, and everything will be cool. But getting back to the point is that Jake has always had this rebellious spirit, okay, and particularly against whom the Lord has already chosen, all right, to be teachers, all right, to be preachers, and so forth. And we've always seen this throughout the scriptures. And we're going to go into a quick little story that's in the scriptures in the book of Numbers. But first I'm going to start here in Romans, all right. This is Romans 15:1, and it reads, "We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification." And that's what our apostles here at Great Millstone have done for so many years, so many decades. And we're the fruit, right, of that labor that these men have put in, all right, at the time when it wasn't popular, when it wasn't something that everybody was talking about, right? Because now everything is sensationalized because of social media. There was no social media at the times that the apostles were hitting the streets, that they were running their school and so on. So we all, Salaki, I'm not going to say all, but the majority of us now that have been teaching for a while, we woke up via the YouTube era, okay? And so everything that they did was to build us up for edification, and we continue to move in their spirit, all right? And so if you're doing things that's not edifying, which burning a flag, right? And it doesn't matter if it was 6 days ago or 6 years ago, and then you post it out there for consumption, of course it's going to look ridiculous. It's going to be the dumbest thing that you could ever do, right? As an Israelite. Okay? It wasn't edifying at all. All right? So anyway, get to the point of our people, that we as the preachers and teachers of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in this day, continue to try to build up our neighbor, build up our brother, and edify them. All right? So we refrain from antics, tactics, right? Novice movement, okay? Agent-like behavior, you see? Because with this, the truth comes with sincerity, all right? And that's all I'm saying about that. So let's go on. Verse 3, for even Mashiach pleased not himself, but as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached thee fell on me. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, right? And so we look at the history of our people, our forefathers, and what they did, right, to violate the covenant. We look at the wickedness that they did, okay? And we see how Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai responded, all right? And how the Lord still sent men to try to build Jacob, all right? But our people have that rebellion in them, okay? So those things that are written in the scriptures for our time today were written for our learning, all right? Even as it was written during the time that these letters from Paul were written, okay? The scriptures were written then for their learning, and it is also now for our learning, as well as these letters from the Apostle Paul, all right? Go back to verse 4, it reads, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, right? So we have our hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai now. All right. Going on to verse 5, it says, now that the Most High of patience and consolation grant you to be like-minded toward another according to Mashiach Yahweh Shai, that ye may with one mind and one mouth glorify Yahweh, even the Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Wherefore receive ye one another, as Mashiach also received us to the glory of Yahweh. Now I say that Yahweh Shai Mashiach was a minister of the circumcision for the truth of Yahweh, to confirm the promises made unto the fathers, and that the Gentiles might glorify Yahweh for his mercy, as it is written, for this cause I will confess to thee among the Gentiles, and sing unto thy name. And again, he said, rejoice ye Gentiles with his people, right? So, it was already prophesied that the scattered, all right, particularly the elect in this day and time, that will be considered Gentiles, but are real bloodline Israelites, all right, would return, all right, which was prophesied that we would, you see. So these things were already written, and we can read them in the scriptures, okay? But we also see the rebellion of our people, okay? Let's go up here to number 16 and 11. We just jump it right here. Salakia, no, I don't want to go in there. Let's see. Yeah, let's start at the top. Number 16 and 1, it reads, now Korah, the son of Izhar, and the son of Kohath, and the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Slaki. I always have trouble with his name because you want to say Abraham. Abraham, the sons of Eliab, and the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. So all these men came up against Moses and Aaron. Okay. Verse 3, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord Yahweh is among them. Wherefore, then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. Right, so they basically making an accusation against the men of the Lord, which was Moses and Aaron, to lead the people, and accusing them, you trying to lift yourself up above us. You see, you trying to be our leader. All right. Verse 5, and he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord Yahweh will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him whom he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him. This do, take you census, Korah and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. All right, so Moses threw it back in his face, okay, and proposed basically a challenge here, all right, for these men, all right, Korah and his men against, Moses and Aaron, to see whom the Lord is really dealing with. And so that's what you have with a lot of these different types of camps that's all over the place now, all right, with the shit that they're doing, right? It's not lining up with the scriptures. They're just being self-willed to do certain things to bring attention to themselves, okay? And that's what these men were doing, right? Back here with Moses and Aaron. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi. Verse 9, seeming it be a small thing unto you that the power of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also? For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that you murmur against him? Right. So Moses is telling him, hey man, you doing all of this shit. What are you doing it for? All right. But this is the niggerdom that you still see today in our people. Raising up a fucking fuss and kicking up dust for no reason. All right. Other than they want to be known as men of renown. They want to be above the teachers that taught us all. Okay? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that flowed with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us? Okay, so again, charging accusations, against Moses. All right, like Moses, you trying to big up yourself? You think you on the level of the Most High, and He only dealing with you? You see that rage, that jealousy that Jake has. Okay, wanting to have status and position. All right, verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of the fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eye of these men? We will not come up. And Moses was very wroth and said unto the Lord, Respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. Right? So Moses went to the Lord and said, Hey, I ain't do no harm to these people. So don't accept them. And we're going to see, we're going to show them that you're dealing with me. All right, Going on, verse 16, and Moses said unto Korah, be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man his censer and put censer in them, incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh appeared unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. See, so the Lord answered Moses, all right, said, okay, I'm going to come down and I'm going to show them, so y'all step back. It's showtime. Okay? Verse 22, and they fell upon their faces and said, O power, the power of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get ye up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. Right? So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of the tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. See, so Moses let him know the Lord was dealing with me. Okay, all right. I didn't do all this on my own. It's the Lord that's leading me to do it. So He chose me to be the leader. All right. Verse 29, if these men die in a common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me. Right? This is the challenge. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. Right? And that's what you're seeing now, really. You know, Jake is, really out there. All right. And so when you got young people like this who are, who are misguided, okay, you're provoking the Lord, okay, because you're trying to step over everybody else to try to make yourself someone big, quote unquote, all right, in Israel. And you're going to get destroyed if you don't repent. All right, verse 31, and it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, and they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from the Lord Yahweh, and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. You see? And that was their destruction, right? For being self-willed, okay? Being big-headed. All right, making false accusations against the men of the Lord. This is what it gets you. Okay, but our people have always been a rebellious people, right? We also always go into reincarnation and say them same wicked spirits from back then, they pop up throughout the scriptures and they back now, right, to receive their judgment. All right, this is Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. And you got two-thirds of our people today. It doesn't matter, females, young, old, whatever. All right. You're in that 2/3 lot, the 2/3 category. The Lord is going to destroy you. Plain and simple. All right. But the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. All right. Let's read this real quick. It's 2 Corinthians 5 and 11, because we continue on in our duties, right? Because that is what? Written aforetime, right? So as we preach today, 2 Corinthians 5 and 11, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, right? We remind you of what the Lord is capable of because it was already written, right? It's written here in the scriptures. We're reading it now, what the Lord is capable of. And you see all this judgment that's going on, in a full week of the so-called new year. You see how many deaths there's been, right? And truth be told, most of it is Jake. All right. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and our trust also are made manifest in your conscience. All right. So you see the way we walking, you see the way we're teaching. It'd be a good idea to follow suit and don't rock the boat. You're gonna bring yourself undue attention and undue harm. All right. Now, we'll jump over here to Jeremiah 7, Salakia. Trying to remember what I wanted. Forgive me here. Let me see here. Let's just jump right here, verse 16. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to them, for I will not hear thee. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle a fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, right? And that's what this society is about right now. This Queen of Heaven worship. A lot of dudes, right, in Israel got that bitch-made spirit on them, okay? That Queen of Heaven spirit, And you see the women who are all proud, walking around haughty and high-minded. Okay, Israel, there's a lot of that shit in Israel. Okay, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man, upon beast, upon the trees of the field, upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and shall not be quenched. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices, and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in that day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices, Slakia. But this thing commanded I them, saying, obey my voice, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you, right? And following Moses and Aaron, that's what we were supposed to do, okay? But Jake is an asshole, so he had to rise up, okay? But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsel and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, right? And unto this day, currently, now we're in, 2025, so they say? Unto this day have I even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their necks. They did worse than their fathers, right? So it happened many times before during the time of Jeremiah, right? During the time of Moses, and now in this current day, the same thing is happening. All right? You will not shut your mouth and just listen to those that were sent to teach. Okay? This is Isaiah 30, and matter of fact, let's start up here. Let me see. Start at verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering cast, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." And that's what you see a lot of these younger people doing, especially with these guys over here at BOW. All right? Have no guidance, not going by the scriptures, not applying the scriptures, but being self-willed, right? That's going to get you in trouble. All right? This is Isaiah 30 and, let me see here. Yeah, we'll start here, 38. "Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever," right? And we're in that time now because that book is the what? The Holy Scriptures, the Bible. Okay? And particularly here in the book of Isaiah. See? Verse 9, "that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits." Right? So when you want to stand up, right, against the people of your captivity and burn something in front of them, okay, and then try to justify it and say that, oh, you know, we supposed to burn idols, and that's bullshit. All right? But our people have that wicked, rebellious spirit on them. Okay? Verse 11, "Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us." All right? Let's go a little bit further here. "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon." Right? Because you believe, you know, and this is also, you know, dealing with the system, all right, in which we're in, because Jake loves the system, right? But the whole point being is that our people are really noted for being rebellious, even against the Most High, right? And the men that he sent to teach. This is 2 Peter 3:3, and it reads, "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, Where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this is they willing, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth stand out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store," what? "Reserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men." All right. So when you being rebellious, and you got the scriptures, and you don't read the things that were written aforetime so your ass can learn how to conduct yourself, or listen to the men, the prophets that the Lord sent, all right, you're going to get yourself, as they say in the South, you're going to get yourself hurt. Okay? You're going to bring some damnation upon yourself. All right? Because you desire to be looked at and esteemed as men of renown, and trying to carve out your own niche, right? Trying to step over the people who have been here for more years than probably you've been alive. All right. So anyway, I just kind of want to do my take on that and just do a basic lesson, right? Going through the history of how our people have always been rebellious, and particularly rebellious against the men that the Lord always set up. You see, to try to get them some clout. All right? And that shit'll get you destroyed every time. So that'll do it for the lesson. We can close it out right there. All right, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Shalom. We'll see you all again on the next lesson, Lord willing. All right, shalom.